Loved what you saw? Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified every time we post a new video. Tuesday evening, November 4th. In Louisville, Kentucky, the day was winding down. At the Muhammad Ali International Airport, one of the world's busiest cargo hubs, the nerve center for UPS's global air operations, the familiar rhythm of logistics was in full swing. But at approximately 5:13 p.m. local time, that rhythm was shattered by fire, smoke, and a tragedy that would stun the city. This is the story of UPS Flight 52976. The aircraft, a McDonnell Douglas MD-11 freighter, was preparing for a long-haul flight to Honolulu. On board, a crew of 3 professionals running through their final checks for the trans-Pacific journey. The flight was already significantly behind schedule, originally slated for a 3 p.m. departure. It was now over 2 hours late, though the reasons for that initial delay remain one of the many unanswered questions. At 17:12, 12 minutes past 5, the massive jet, registered as N259UP, received its clearance. It thundered down runway 17 right, its powerful engines spooling up to break free from the Earth. Flight data shows it reached a takeoff speed of 184 knots. It was airborne, but almost immediately, something was desperately wrong. An onlooker on the airfield, perhaps sensing the unnatural movement or hearing a sound out of place, pulled out a camera. The footage they captured was harrowing. The MD-11, barely in the air, visibly struggling to gain any altitude. And trailing from its left side, a terrifying plume of fire and smoke. Preliminary visual reports, supported by that video, suggest the aircraft's left engine may have been the source of the fire. But in those critical first moments, all that was clear was that the pilots were in a desperate fight for control. It was a fight they could not win. The struggle was brief. The aircraft, unable to climb, impacted the ground just south of the airfield. The impact was catastrophic. A massive explosion erupted. A fireball that sent a column of thick, black smoke billowing into the evening sky, a grim signal visible for miles. The airport, a vital artery for UPS and the entire state, was immediately shut down. The scene on the ground was one of chaos and immediate danger. Emergency sirens wailed as multiple local agencies, fire, police, and emergency medical services, converged on the site, battling the intense blaze. The smoke was so dense and toxic that, at 17:30, just minutes after the crash, authorities issued an urgent shelter-in-place order for everyone within a 5-mile radius of the airport. As the wind carried the toxic plume, that order was expanded just 30 minutes later, covering all areas north of the airport, all the way to the banks of the Ohio River. The initial focus was, of course, on the crew. A UPS spokesperson, in a somber initial statement, confirmed the accident involved Flight 2976 and its 3 crew members, but could not yet confirm their status. But as the hours stretched into the night, the scale of the tragedy became horrifyingly clear. At 10:15 p.m., nearly 5 hours after the crash, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear addressed the public. His words confirmed the worst. There were at least 7 fatalities. 7. This devastating number implied the crash had claimed lives not just on the aircraft, but on the ground as well. Louisville and all of Kentucky. The governor said, his voice heavy, "We are hurting right now. After a heartbreaking day, please pray for the families affected." Now, the agonizing search for why begins. The National Transportation Safety Board, the NTSB, is deploying its GO team to Louisville to lead the probe. They will be the primary source of information, meticulously collecting evidence from the wreckage. The NTSB will be supported by the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, and technical experts from Boeing, the aircraft's manufacturer. The questions are urgent. Where and when exactly did the fire originate? Was it the engine, as the video suggests? What caused the failure? And critically, was that 2-hour departure delay related to the eventual mechanical failure? Or was it a tragic, unrelated coincidence? The aircraft itself, tail number N259UP, was a veteran of the skies. This MD-11 was 34 years old. Its story began in 1988, when it was ordered by Thai Airways, not as a freighter, but as a passenger airliner. It was delivered in 1991, and for 15 years, it ferried people across the globe. In 2006, its life changed. It was converted into a dedicated freighter. Its passenger seats were ripped out, its fuselage strengthened to handle heavy cargo, and it was transferred to the UPS fleet, becoming a workhorse of the brown-tail cargo giant. Tonight, a community in Louisville is in mourning, reeling from the shock. An investigation is underway that will take months, if not years, to complete. For the families of the 3 crew members, and for the families of the at least 4 others on the ground whose lives were cut short, an agonizing wait for answers has just begun.